Well, hey, howdy, hey, happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome to Disney Night Live. It is June 14th, 2025. It's 8:01 p.m., and we're just getting started here. We're going to have a good topic tonight. It is Disney, pass or fail. We're going to be talking about some of the things we think Disney either put out that passed or failed or, current or previous. So we'll get into that. But as always, we want to talk about our friends at dmagicworld.com. dmagicworld.com, 24/7 streaming Disney music magic.
Welcome to D-Magic World, your place for magic at home, at work, or wherever you are. D-Magic World, non-stop magic every day.
But that's right, dmagicworld.com, nonstop magic every day. You can't ask for anything more than that. I mean, you want a magical day, check out dmagicworld.com. So listen, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. We're going to do our show shares, and we're coming back with Disney, pass or fail. So stay tuned, and see you in a couple minutes. And we are back. Welcome in the Disney Duo, Mike and Becky, and I'm NTD David. Hey, howdy, hey. Welcome again to Disney Night Live.
Hello.
Hello. I saw you guys chatting, so I wanted to come in first and give you, so you knew you're coming in.
Give us our warning.
Just
We're
give
actually
it.
talking Disney.
Yeah, we are actually.
Nice. We're always talking Disney.
Yeah, I know.
Hello, Kiki Landuca. Hello to you. I don't see Lily in the chat yet, but I see some people joining. Hello to Valerie. I think James may join or may not. He said he's having some technical difficulties. I'm not sure. I think if Morgan said she was going to join. I really can't remember what happened during this week, but we're here anyway. Again, good topic. Disney pass or fail. Could be Disney one and dones, however you want to slice and dice it up. But we're going to go with Disney pass or fail because I like to give passing or failing grades. Hi, Valerie. So let's talk about a couple other things real quick. New episode of Disney Night Live. The podcast is up and out and about for you guys to do your thing with. Episode 112 is now available. Last week's live stream is now a podcast. So check it out. If that's how you prefer to take in our show and however you want to engage in it, we are very appreciative. As always, as we talked about in the opener, dmagicworld.com. Please check them out, make a request, and you'll get to hear it. Jasper will put it on, put it in the queue, and you'll get to hear what you requested. So that's always fun. And as always, please check me out at my Travelmation Disney travel agent information. So you can check me out. I am a travel specialist with Travelmation, and I can help you take the hassle out of the castle in booking that next magical Disney trip. DavidPicciano at travelmation.net. Whew. Need some water. That's a lot. I'm here. Thanks for keeping me. Thanks for keeping us company. You're welcome. Anytime, any Saturday at 8 p.m. The more the merrier. So Disney pass or fail. You guys have some pass or fail things to talk about tonight?
I don't know. Go ahead, Mike.
Really? You don't wait. Becky didn't do her homework? I'm shocked.
No, I thought, honestly, I misunderstood the assignment. I thought you were going to ask us and we were just going to just say pass or fail.
Oh, really?
I know James put stuff in the chat.
He did. I know. We're going to pop into that. I'm just getting up our live stream on Instagram. Viewable here. And
I mean, I do have a few in my head. You know what I mean? Like,
so do I.
Yeah. They're always in my head. Let me, let's take a look because I know Donald Disney Don did some the other day as well. But he said, let's see, virtual Q pass, pass or fail. Virtual queue, pass or fail. Virtual queue. I understand now. Yeah.
For like Rise?
Yes, for like Rise and Guardians and all that.
Okay. Yeah. That's a hard one.
It's a hard one because I get why
there's benefits both ways.
Right. Especially on a really a new ride that's like highly anticipated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's why
being able to book one, early is always good too, because then you can plan your day around that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to straight up say fail for me.
Fail. Okay.
And I'll give you reasons. One.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Anytime I've ever gone on virtual queues, you wait all day. Well, first of all, you do your thing. You try to get one. That's my first fail. You have to try to get one. It's not a guarantee you're going to get one. And you have to. The second fail of that is the first one. You must be. You can do it at 7:00 in the morning. But if you miss that, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe you have to be in the park for the second one, correct? Like you can't.
I believe that.
I think so. I think that is true. Yeah.
So both of either have to be in the park by the second one, or to try to get that second one, or you're gonna fail that one. You're gonna miss that one too. So yeah, I appreciate the idea that there's two. If you miss the first one, you could try for the second one, but it's not always as convenient.
Right.
Three,
Yeah.
if you're lucky enough to get it, both of those or either one of them, then you get this. You're like, yay! I get the queue. Now I get to wait for my group to be called. So you wait the entire time for your group to be called. There's other things you can't do in case your group is called, because you don't want to miss it. You don't want to be at dinner, or you don't want to be on a ride that's clear across the other, area. I realize you have like an hour, I think, to get there, but it just makes things a little bit more inconvenient.
Yeah.
And then you've waited that entire time to very likely still wait in line for another hour or two.
Well, exactly. Yeah. There's no guarantee
like,
you're getting straight up on it. Yeah, you're still waiting.
So to me, that's why it's a fail. I think it's not.
Right. And Kiki Land Luca here. I mean, I agree, especially if it's your one and only chance, you want to be able to experience these attractions. And again, I get why they do it. But I don't want any more added stress to my trip either. Yeah. And having, like, when we did rides the one time in Hollywood Studios, like, I had done so much research about where to stand in the park and where to go and all to be on Wi-Fi, to not be on Wi-Fi. And I'm like stressing, and Kim was stressing, and she tried it. And I'm like, I got it, but it's like,
and you're like, refresh.
I don't need that on top of it.
I was so like, by the time I was done, I was like, Right. And then I was like, are you on yours? Are you on yours? Are you on yours? Like,
exactly.
It was too much. It was too much.
Yeah, it was a lot going on.
Was we were sitting out on like the curb area there, right on the other side of Smuggler's Run, right next to the Millennium Falcon. You know where that circle opens up? That right curb on the side there. And there was probably, I don't know, maybe 15 other couples. And their kids were off. I don't know where their kids were, but our kids were off checking out lightsabers or something. And we're all sitting there on our phones trying to, just keep refreshing the screen. And we got it, and I think like 4 other couples got it, but the rest of them did not. So it was like.
But you hear like collective like yays and claps and stuff around.
Yeah, people were cheering.
And
then people booing and like, we didn't get it. So
yeah, it's not. I think it's a little bit of, it could use some tweaking personally.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure there's a better way
to get it done. Yeah, but I like that. I like that question by Donald. That was a good one. He also said Ohana breakfast, and I can tell you, hi Kim. I can tell you, it's a pass for me. I like Ohana breakfast. Ohana dinner,
I do too.
To me, has failed. But Ohana breakfast, listen, it's standard breakfast fare. I do like the fact that there's ham, because I love ham. So I can get bacon a lot more than I can get like that ham. But the characters are fun. The music and the dancing is fun. So I'm going to say the Ohana breakfast for me is a pass. I don't know. Kim, what do you think in the out there too? Do you like Ohana breakfast? Is it a pass or fail for you? Go ahead, Becky.
It's a pass for me as well. I like the characters. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they don't do this anymore. But when we were there the last time, they did the little parade where the kids got to go around with the little.
That's cool for the kids. I always thought that was cool to watch. We've done it a couple times. I think 2 or 3 times, and they did it every time. But now since COVID, they stopped, I believe.
We did Ohana breakfast not last year, maybe the year before, and they did it. So after COVID, they had it. Yeah. Kim says pass. I love Ohana breakfast. Yeah, I mean, listen, you're going to be blown away by the food. If you're a Disney weirdo like me, then because there's Mickey waffles and
you could eat 100 waffles and then try to work it off in the park all day long and be miserable until lunch, and then
all the Mickey bars. Good coffee. I can tell you that much. Conan's got really good coffee.
It's not Joffrey's, so
Pog juice.
Pog juice. So I'm like, I've got 3 different glasses going on. I've got a coffee, a Pog, and a water. And it's just like, not only are you working off that meal in the park, but you're going to the bathroom a lot because you got a lot of fluids going on. But, and I would say that Ohana dinner has failed the last couple of times we did it. We haven't been back in several years, and I don't know if I'm going to return anytime in the near future.
Well, that's good to know because we've never done it. So
What?
it used to be
Dinner.
really
the
good.
dinner there.
Yeah,
I've never
it used
done
to be terrific, and then they changed it, and then they brought back the nudes because people got upset. They took away the noodles, but they brought them back. But they kind of changed some of the things. The last time we went, not only were we rushed, it was maybe a half hour we were in there.
That's what
the
I hear.
meat was so tough and almost unchewable. You know,
Is it pork?
no, it's like a steak. It's a
Oh,
is it?
marinated.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get noodles, you get wings, you get peel and eat shrimp, you get the beef. There's a salad, and there's chicken too. Now the chicken is also different. It's like marinated with some sort of sauce on there, which it wasn't terrible. But for me, the steak skewers were really good. T9 says we love Ohana dinner. See, it's really expensive, and it's so much food, and they're rushing you. It's like, I can't eat that much. I paid all this money. I want to sit here and try to consume at a decent pace without choking or passing out. I think our food showed up even before our drinks came to the table. So, and then you get the bread pudding at the end.
Oh yeah. If you weren't paying so much, you might be able to like let some things slide. But when you pay an arm and a leg to begin with, I mean, you're paying an arm and a leg for the trip to begin with, but when you're paying an arm and a leg for that particular dinner, you don't want to be like rushed out. And if it's all you care to enjoy, you almost feel guilty asking for more because they're trying to like get you in and out of there, and it's like, well, I paid for this.
Right.
I paid for
getting as much as I want.
Yeah. Leave me alone and let me pig out all night long if I want. You know what I mean?
I didn't just pay for the food. I paid to sit here until I'm done eating, right? Because it isn't all you care to eat. And I'm not there for 5 hours, but I also don't want to be there for 30 minutes or 45 minutes.
Right.
And I certainly don't want to be told to leave. Or the implication that I'm supposed to get up and exit the restaurant when you want me to go. Right.
I mean, there was no asking, do you want more of this? You want more of that? The bill just came. It is just, you're hammered with, things. So I think what you would have to do up front,
I'd have pushed it aside and been like, I'm not ready for that.
I would have pushed it aside and be like, oh, can we have more noodles?
Right. Yeah. Or say up front, what my advice would be to say up front is, we want to go at a slower pace. Don't rush us. We want our drinks first. You bring out the other things, but don't rush this. We fought hard to get this reservation and we're spending a lot of money. So maybe the server will take kindly to you. Real quick, I have something funny to say. I was telling Colton yesterday that Happily Ever After, the cost for the fireworks for Happily Ever After is $50,000 for the fireworks, right? And I said, but it's okay, Colton. And I try to tell him that they offset the prices because in Magic Kingdom alone, they make at least $50,000 on popcorn a day. So that kind of is where the money comes from for the fireworks. It's like a trade. But before I could even get that out, he goes, we're not watching that ever again. I mean, we'll just watch it from Bay Lake Towers. And I'm like, I'm not understanding. Like, it doesn't matter if we watch it or not. We're on Disney property. We're paying to be there. You know what I mean? He's like,
yep.
He thought it cost us $50,000 to watch the show. So Kim's like, maybe he thinks right. Yeah. He's like, we're not doing it ever again. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We're not doing it ever again. Kim's like, I think he thinks it cost us $50,000. I'm like, no, Colton, no. That's how much it costs Disney for the fireworks, bro. It was really funny. He was like, we'll just watch it from Bay Lake.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I actually like it. I actually like it better from Bay Lake.
Oh my God, it's such a great view.
Oh, okay, there you go. I was gonna say there's a pass or fail. Would you watching fireworks outside of Magic Kingdom versus like inside at the park?
If it's really busy, it's a pass for me to watch. I'd rather watch from Bay Lake, like Mike said.
David,
or one of those viewing areas.
You're a poly DVC owner, so we've never watched it from anywhere other than either in the park or Bay Lake. We never watched it from Poly. We never watched it from Grand Flow. Is it the same experience at like Poly? Like if you were on the beach or something like
Bay
that?
Lake Towers is 100 times better than Poly.
Is it
to
really?
watch it.
Okay. Good to know.
You're further away. Yeah.
Right. It's the angle too that you see him from.
It's the angle. Right. Yeah. I mean, when you stay at Bay Lake and if you're on that bridge, you're not that far from Magic Kingdom and where the fireworks and all that go off. So the view is beautiful. At Poly, you're a good distance away. I mean, the castle doesn't even look that big. Is it pretty? Yeah, it's pretty, and they do the music. But if you want a good view of it,
From the Skyway. Yeah, I agree.
Yep, for sure.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah, and people crowd that beach too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's really crowded. The Skyway Bridge is nowhere near as crowded than as the Poly Beach can get for it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Don't let the secret out.
Well, yeah, you know what? Take that. I didn't say that.
Poly Beach is perfect. It's better than any
perfect.
other
Go there. Don also asks, Disney trip in the summer, pass or fail? I say anytime you can go to Disney, it's a pass. And
Me too.
You just got to fight through whatever is going on. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I said pass as well.
Yeah. So for me, yeah. I'm looking at, okay, so now Jim, spring break, pass or fail? Again, to me, pass, because anytime you can go. Oh, no, Mike says no. But it is insanely busy, but I think it's the norm for us because we've been doing it. Like that's the time we normally go. So I think we're just used to all that. But if you've never been, it might be a fail for a lot of people because it is insanely crowded spring breakish time. So
I will say for me, it depends on the circumstance. If I had to choose, I wouldn't choose that time frame. I mean, the weather is gorgeous that time. I love going around that time frame for that weather. That that time, March, April. That to me is perfect. But I don't. I'm saying spring break week or that time frame right in that area, if I could choose not to go then, I wouldn't. But if it was my only choice, I wouldn't. You
can throw a fail at it. It's okay.
No, I wouldn't fail it.
Yeah.
If it was, I would go. I wouldn't care.
I would go anytime you give me an opportunity. I'm going to Disney, and again,
Yeah.
I know
For sure.
I know what awaits me. So I know if I go, like Kiki Land Luca here says I went and the weather was perfect at Christmas break, but it's gonna be crowded. People want to see it decorated.
Right.
T9
You gotta
says
know you gotta know what to expect.
Yeah.
It's different different times of the year. The parks are gonna be different. The resorts are gonna be different.
Oh yeah, it's all gonna be just the different times of the year. You expect things to fluctuate. T9 says fail, but I leave Friday. And spring break is also a fail. So you know what I mean? She's like, fail, but I'm going. So
I don't blame her. I'd go too.
Yeah, we're going in July. It's gonna be hot. I'm gonna have, swamp, and everything. And but we'll do some things to try to come back. A lot of powder. Yeah.
A lot of water.
Look like LeBron James before a game with the powder. And then Jim also asked, rope drop, is that a pass or a fail?
That's a pass.
That's a hard pass for me.
It's a pass, right?
Big time. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can do it, and you can't run, but you can do that fast walk. You got to get that fast walk.
No,
we've
we've run full sprint.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
We did for lightsaber training for
now
rowing.
My hips can't take it.
I grabbed him by the shirt collar and I was like,
we're off.
And he was small, so I had to like half carry him in a sprint. But it was
Becky's like, these hips don't lie, man. We're not Shakira over here.
She put me on a mission. She's like, as soon as they open that gate, as soon as they pull that.
No,
Uncle
he's talking
Pedro.
because I said I can't handle it anymore because
Oh,
my
no,
hips
no.
hurt
Right.
too
Yeah.
badly. I can't run. I
But
can
now,
walk
but
fast.
yeah. Oh yeah. I tend to walk a lot slower. No, I definitely do. I walk a lot slower than Kim and Colton. So I'm always behind, and but that's just my pace, you know. I don't, and it's funny because Kim's short, and for a short person with short legs, she's got a fast stride, and Colton just walks fast. So, but I'm in no rush to get anywhere at Disney. I can't. My body doesn't go that fast.
But you get a lot of benefits from rope dropping.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
It's just things that you really want to see that maybe either you didn't buy the Lightning Lane multi-pass or Premier Pass, or maybe you did, but you didn't get your times in very early. You know, whatever the situation may be, you know, you can rope drop and get to some of these rides before, you know, the lines get too bad. It's
Right.
100% worth it to me. And then, you know, you're already got the day started and ready to go. And then by like, you know, 1-2 o'clock when the sun is at the highest and you're you know, absolutely ridiculously upset because it's hot, you know, you can leave and go to the pool because you've done a lot of the things that you want
Then
to
come
do.
back for
Yeah.
dinner.
Right.
That's a lot of times that's what we do.
Yeah.
We'll smash. We'll try to be at the front of the gate as soon as they pull the gate or drop the rope. Like jackrabbits, we take off.
Yeah.
And then by noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we've already hit all of the rides we wanted to hit, and we go back to the pool. Then we go back for dinner.
And we don't say this lightly because, to be fair, we're not morning people. Like, I'm a morning person. I don't like mentally. I'm a morning person. I can handle mornings. I'm not grumpier, but like I need to take things a little slower in the morning. Like I need to have my coffee, and I need that coffee needs to digest, and you know what I mean. So to say that we're willing to get up that early and do rope drop and bypass anything that we would normally do on a morning, that says something, because you know, we're not like that.
When you go to Disney, you're willing to do things you normally don't do at home.
Oh my God. 100%.
Totally.
Wake up early, stay up late. Yeah. You know, fight through crowds.
Running on 4 times the amount of sugar a human body should have.
Yeah, but that's how you have to get through it. KLL says when I rope dropped Animal Kingdom, it was like running with the bulls. People are really aggressive. They step on your feet. You got run into by strollers. Oh my God, the stroller thing. Oh
yeah.
That's when I come really close to fighting.
Yeah. Well, you got to throw morality out the window and just, you know, if you have to run a woman or a child over, well, it's just how it works.
I'm gonna have Kim make me a shirt for our upcoming. It says your stroller is not a battering ram.
Yeah.
You know, you can't use it to push people out of your way.
Or ride them up the back of people's ankles either.
That's what this lady was doing leaving Epcot one night, and she was right on Colton's ankles and hitting them. And Kim says, Becky, you would love David at 7 a.m. daily as we're all scrambling to get to school and work, and I'm like a zombie, and David is walking around singing zippity doo. I'm like, I wake up. When I wake up I'm fine. I'm not cranky. I'm not groggy. I wake up and I hit that coffee, and every morning when I wake up, there's a song in my head. So I'll walk around the house and I'm like getting Colton's lunch ready or preparing something, getting my food ready or making Kim's coffee. And she's just like, would you shut up? And Colton's like, he's like, yeah, just shut up. I can't, you know? And I'm the same way at Disney. Curtains get open early. So let that sunlight in, you know?
I'm always the first one up in Disney, getting ready and doing my thing. And I'm the one though, I shower in the morning. I'm a shower in the morning.
Me too.
Girl. They shower at night. Yeah, me too. I can't function without a shower in the morning.
Right.
And so I get up early and take my shower, get ready to get dressed while everybody else is sleeping. And then once I'm dressed, I usually say, well, sometimes I'm up so early that I'll go for coffee. I'll get Mike and I coffee down at the quick service before they're even awake, you know. And then then I come back and that's it. I'm opening windows. Let's go.
It's time to go. Yeah, I can't. Disney awaits. You know, so like, we gotta go.
Yeah, I'm pretty like, I'm not like grouchy in the morning at all, but I don't necessarily want to talk.
Right.
Like, it's
Yeah.
not that I want to have full conversations. I will, and
That's
I won't be mean
Kim,
about
yeah.
it. But I'm not like a full, like, let's have a whole conversation.
Yeah. No, Kim, we don't really talk to each other. I just do my own thing. And then Colton usually wakes up and like, I hate school. And, that kind of grumbling, and Kim's making a mad dash to get out of the house. And I'm just trying to stay out of everyone's way so I don't get like in their way. And then
right.
They get.
I need my quiet time in the morning. I'm up before.
Yeah.
He's cranky.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I'm cranky.
let's go.
Yeah. I get up at 4, so
Yeah.
I get up at 4 a.m. and you get used to it, but then there's times I oversleep and it's just part of the job. But there's
Okay.
but there's she's got to clean the crumbs off of my stomach, I guess. Motherly thing, I guess. I don't know. But I need my morning time. Like, I need a good solid 45 minutes to an hour just by myself and not hear anybody talk. Just listen to myself think, and it's usually nonsense. And then on the weekends, I walk around my house and the garage and decide what I'm going to do for the day, which is usually nothing. It's just, I got to turn the radio on and start something in the garage that I know I'm not going to finish, because as soon as she wakes up, the plans change. So, which isn't bad. It's just how it is.
Yeah. Kim's always like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to go fodder around or something, do something.
Something to occupy yourself.
Yeah. Kim says it may be because at 8:15 a bell rings and come 18 6-year-olds that demand my entire soul. So there's that. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. That's not always fun, but
I don't envy that.
No, me neither. That's why I didn't become a teacher. Somebody would be in jail if I were a teacher.
Yeah.
Probably
Probably
me. That's right. It would be me. It would be me. I'm looking here. So definitely a fail for me is the Galactic Star Cruiser, and we've talked about that like ad nauseam here on this show. But that I got to bring it up. That to me, that's a fail. The NBA experience was definitely a fail. The only thing that closed down quicker than Galactic Star Cruiser was that NBA experience, I believe. So those to me were bad Disney choices.
Bad investments on that.
Bad investments.
They could have made it different, and they could have made it better.
So
but they didn't. They decided not to.
A question based off that. This would be more of a pass or fail in a I can't think of the word I'm thinking of, like in future sense. What like your prediction of a pass or fail?
Okay, like what I think that they could do. There.
Well, what they are doing, they're making space in Disney Springs. And is Disney Springs where the NBA experience was?
Yeah, that used to be the old the arcade. I can't think of the name of that big place.
They're making it almost like another arcade. It's a giant indoor thing where they're going to have games and different kinds of experiences that you can do there. That's coming back to Disney Springs. Do you think that'll be a pass, or do you think that'll be a fail? And if it was an arcade before and it didn't do well, I'm wondering why they would want to do it again.
Yeah, I think you got to bring, and I think if they do it right, it'll be a pass, because there's a lot of teenagers there with their families, and that gives them the opportunity to go hang out, friends, with their siblings or whatever, and do their thing while the parents go and maybe, watch some of the music and have a drink or something. So depending on the size of it, you know what I mean? Like if they did like kart racing or more updated rides or interactive things or something like that, then I definitely think it'll pass, because I mean, kids eat up that like kart racing and all that kind of stuff. They love those experiences.
It is fun. Definitely fun.
So, and I know
we have one local here, and it's super, super fun.
Yeah, I would love to do something like that, you know, especially when I was younger. But yeah, update it and have a cool place for kids to hang out.
So I just quickly pulled it up. It's going to be called Level 99.
Yeah,
It's an interactive, competitive, social gaming venue.
there you go.
And so it's going to be 60 challenge rooms, arena duels, and an art hunt, all within a 45,000 square foot, 2-story space. So it's going to have, immersive games and challenges and
I think, yeah.
some art things. So
Yeah.
looks pretty good.
Right. I mean, I know
I think
when
people
we're
like it.
away, I definitely think so. When we're away, Colton definitely misses his like gaming, you know, like
Yeah.
Mario Kart or whatever. So, you know, say he can walk in a room full of 10 kids and they can actually compete against each other. Like,
Right.
you know, that I think that gives an opportunity for socialization and they can have a little bit of that time, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Definitely. I mean, it's just like, you know, teenagers going to the boardwalk or something at the shore, you know, something to do and playing games or, you know, so there definitely needs to be a space like that. I think there's too many of these Disney lounges popping up, and that's it's brand new and I haven't been there yet from I see like Go82 fail. Like you made an adults only lounge in the back of Spaceship Earth, and they're charging people $189 for the fireworks dessert party and $28 for like a bourbon drink. You know what I mean? Like
$28
for an old fashioned.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
$189 for the Illuminous dessert party to watch it from Go82.
See, to me, the whole lounges in general are failed. I don't see the point.
Yeah.
Like, especially these DVC lounges. I know they're like, exclusive to DVC and, you can get in and you can do, but they give you like bags of chips and some soda or water. And it's like, it's nothing.
Yeah. Bring back the shooting
so
gallery.
Air conditioning and that's it. That's
right. Well, step it up a little bit. Right. Like I like the charging thing and you definitely air conditioning and you can sit and relax a bit. Right. Can you bring food in from like a quick service into the DVC place and eat? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I know they have like coffee and stuff. So if you want a little break, that's cool. But yeah, definitely, again, if you're going to do this lounge, then you should offer more. I think that people that are DVC, AP, they should have some more benefits thrown their way. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, these lounges.
Yeah, they're throwing a lot of money at this every year,
Yeah. And Disney's like going for the gusto on these lounges. Why would you pay $189 to watch Illuminations from that spot when you can watch it right from the lagoon?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll bring my own dessert. I mean, I'll grab something, but
right, for sure.
Yeah, that's not
so
big fail.
Yeah, it's a lot. So these lounges, Go82, from what I see, these spaces that they're doing, I don't know, Disney, maybe it's enough lounges now. I think it's enough vacation club resorts, that we got Reflections or, oh my God, the Lakeshore Lodge, kind of at the midway point here. So maybe they should look into something else.
I agree.
Pump the brakes on that.
Pump the brake.
Agreed.
Go ahead, Becky.
Go ahead. That's okay.
I never got a chance to do Journey into Imagination before it was changed. I've only done it like as in its current state. But changing Journey into Imagination, I believe a lot of people would say that's a fail. Did you guys ever get to do it before the change?
And what? Refresh my memory. What is that?
So a lot of people were kind of like upset that the classic, rider, it was altered, and so they had the oh God, what was his name? The Dream Master or whatever, the guy who Went around. Ron Schneider played him. Let me see. Dreamfinder, right?
Mm-hmm.
One huge difference in the newer version was the loss of the beloved character Dreamfinder and Figment. Figment has made appearances in the version of the ride, but he was never the same. So they did some alterations, and I know some people were kind of upset at what it became.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I never got a chance to do it, so I don't. But I hear a lot of people complaining about what it is in its current state. All right.
Yeah.
How about Kite Tails?
The what? Sorry.
Kite Tails. Remember Kite Tails at
Oh,
Animal Kingdom?
yeah.
The kites.
Huge fail.
Fail,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Lame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not-
Now, for me, Rivers of Light was a pass, but taking it away was a fail.
We've never seen it.
Mm-mm.
It was there
We've
when
never
we
seen
went our first time, but we didn't know
Yeah.
about it because, like, you know, we were newbies and didn't know what we should be looking for, doing, and
Mm-hmm.
so we didn't see it. And then right after we went, I believe it was maybe the next year is when they got rid of
Yeah.
it. So we never actually seen it, but I keep hearing how nice it was.
Yeah, when they first started it in its fullness, with the actors on the boats and the stuff and all that and everything, but then they kind of took stuff away slowly, and then they cut it out. And I really don't know what the reason the reason for taking it away. I mean, they have that theater there, and yeah, it was really pretty, you know.
Yeah,
So
and I mean, it's something that Animal Kingdom, I think, needed. You know, it's they need some sort of big thing. You know, Hollywood Studio has Fantasmic.
yeah,
Or Magic Kingdom has the fireworks. Epcot has the fireworks. Animal Kingdom doesn't really have that kind of stuff.
no,
It needs some sort of like nighttime show,
Right.
or whatever, something like.
But that's
that.
going to require them to stay open past 6 o'clock,
Well,
Yeah.
and they close at 6 o'clock.
8
the time.
o'clock
It
to
drives
me
me
is
insane.
fine, or do the show from 8 to 8:45, and then you're out of the park by 9. Like, I get the animals.
You miss all the
like-
lights or all the incandescent or not incandescent. You miss all of the Avatar stuff.
Right.
All
Well,
the,
that too. Yeah.
I
Right.
think that they do, well, because correct me if I'm wrong, don't they close the park early because they say the animals have to go to bed, like they do bed.
Yeah, they have to get things
bed.
going, but you know.
But then
I
do
mean-
that while 90% of the population is going to end up at a nighttime show. You know what I mean? Or in Pandora or something like that. That doesn't
Force them
require
out of the
animals.
areas.
Yeah.
Right. I know that. Right. And so they did Rivers of Light. And I'd never heard that it was because then once they did it, they realized, hey, this was still disturbing to the animals. Like, I don't know why. I want to look into it more.
Yeah.
But it was really nice, and I thought it was really a perfect fit for that space. So
That's a
I
shame.
like Animal Kingdom, but I think they need something too. I mean, they're taking away the Dino Land or whatever it is, and they're bringing in the Indiana Jones stuff.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
So it's
the
going to
one
be
ride.
the
Right.
Americas,
America.
right?
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Which looks fine to me. I don't have a problem with
Mhm.
that, but they don't have that one big thing other than, like, you know, the interaction with
Flight-
animals and stuff like that.
Flight of Passage.
And-
yeah. And
Well, yeah, Flight of Passage, sure.
yeah.
But
But
they
yeah,
could use
I mean,
that one big thing, you know what I mean?
8 o'clock should definitely be the earliest. I would say they close, and I
Yeah.
don't 6 o'clock nonsense in the summer or whatever.
Plus, it's the hottest park out of
Yeah.
all the parks, and nobody wants to be walking around Animal Kingdom at the end of July. You know what I mean? In the blasted heat. I mean, I'm not complaining about heat, but I'm just saying, it's the hottest out of the 4 parks. Why not be
Yeah.
open later so that people can go in the morning and then come back later?
Something
Here's the
tells
thing I
them that it's not worth it, but
The one thing that I feel like maybe, I think that's what people get discouraged about Animal Kingdom is, for me, I never want to rope drop Animal Kingdom so much because it's like, it's small. It's a small park. If
Yeah.
I rope drop Animal Kingdom, I'll be done and out of that park by like 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? I'd be finished
Yeah.
with everything.
I feel
And
like
so
you
we
can
don't
run that
rope
park
drop.
off by noon.
You know what I mean?
you
We
can
don't
run
rope
out,
drop
yeah.
because we don't want to be there too
Hi,
early.
Jennifer.
but then we don't want to be there later either because you're out. Then it's like you're done by 6 o'clock. It's like it kind of like smacks you in the middle of the day then. So you go at like 11, then you're only there 11 to 6. So there's like you're taking a big chunk out of your day. You don't really have time to do anything after the park, and then you don't have any time to do anything before the park. It's just like kind of a bizarre thing for me with Animal Kingdom. It's like a love-hate with the hours.
Yeah,
hours
definitely.
with Animal Kingdom definitely fail.
And we've made the kind of strange statement that we could do Animal Kingdom in the morning, and then we could do Epcot at night, and we could one day for both parks. We don't need to do a whole day for each park. Even though I still think if you really want to do Epcot fully, you need an entire day to do it. But if you're only going in there for like the highlighted rides and attractions that you just specifically pick out,
or just the worlds,
or the world, Soarin', the Moana thing, you could totally knock that out and 2-3 hours, 4 hours.
Sorry.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, pass or fail? I have a love-hate relationship with it.
So it's a pass for I think the ride's cute.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the ride's fun.
I absolutely will not stand in line for it. So
right.
Is it as cute enough for me to say it's a pass? Probably not, because I won't stand in line, so I'll never ride.
That's the thing for me, right? It's just the ride time is not worth the hype or the wait to me, Yeah. Even if they extended that ride time by 20 to 30 seconds more, So I love doing it, and Colton loves it, and Kim loves it, but it's just, it's like one of the things
in the past, but I would have to say fail.
Yeah, I mean,
because I wrote it a long time ago, and it's fun, but I wouldn't stand in line for it. And I remember standing in line for it for probably 2 hours.
Yeah, it was
way too much.
And I was like, wow, this was over that fast. 2 hours for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you expect something, and it seems it is something, that's for sure. But it's a very small something. So
think about the people too that kind of like they go to Disney and they don't research or know much. People are like, but you got to go on Seven Dwarfs, you got to do it, and then they sit there for 3.5 hours or whatever it is, and they wait for that, and then they get on it, and they're like, it's like, I don't really quick,
Then the person that told them that, they want to go back and kick him in the shins.
Yeah, they just want to choke them. I know. It's like,
of course,
why'd you tell me to do that?
Yep.
So.
I tend to tell people too that have never been to Disney before, especially I'll make a point of it, especially if they have somewhere along the lines of a teenager, that when they call something a roller coaster at Disney, it's not the same kind of roller coaster as most roller coasters enthusiasts think they are. So I've had that happen so many times to people that I know, like they'll come back and they're like, their kids were like, these are all baby rides. Like, why would you even call it a roller coaster? And I understand that from living where we live, from being from Jersey and living here in Pennsylvania. We have Dorney Park, Six Flags, all that around here. But it's you get a vision of what a roller coaster really is, and then when you go there, you're like, I mean, they're fun, but they're not. Yeah,
it's about
they're more family oriented rides too, which I personally like better than being hurled to almost to my demise. But I used to love that. I used to chase that all the time. It was my thing. Yeah. But now I'm just too old for that kind of nonsense, and I don't want to be thrown about in a cart and have a sore back for a week. So
no, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
if I have to stick to baby, like, not Tower of Terror and Peter Pan, or not Tron and Pirates of the Caribbean.
You're going for the latter.
That's okay. That's okay.
I think Seven Dwarfs is kind of like Barnstormer, a notch up.
Yeah.
Right. Just a little longer. and a little bit more thrilling with better theming. But
Yeah, it's a notch, just a peg above
Right.
it. But the
Yeah.
2-hour wait, at least back then it was, is not worth it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's so much more I could get done. There's so many more Mickey bars I could shove down my throat in 2 hours.
Yeah, or just things to do and see.
Yeah, exactly.
I had one.
A part of me makes. Go ahead before you forget.
No,
again,
go ahead. No, it's in my head.
I was just thinking. Part of me thinks I may be a little bit like Disney spoiled because I feel like even
Disney
when we
spoiled,
get
all right.
even
We
when we
definitely
get
Yeah, she is.
a thrilling ride, I still feel like, to me, like I'd say Tron is a fail. To me, it's a fail.
See, I like
It's-
Tron, but I only did it once, so
Right. I'm not saying the ride itself isn't cool. It's very cool. It's very thrilling. It's just not long enough. And you
Right.
wait so long in this line to go
Yeah.
in this ride, and you're so hyped up, and then you get on it and you're like,
The horror stories of
you're
Tron's
screaming
Q.
like, the first 30 seconds, you're like, yeah, and then it's over.
and
And
you're
you're like,
done.
what?
Right. Yeah,
Is
no,
that-
you
is
know
it-
what?
that's
It's
the
just
whole
like
ride?
Seven Dwarfs, right? It's like
Yeah.
the amount of time
So-
you're on that ride, is it really worth it? I like the colors of the queue, the blue and all
Mhm.
that, but
Mhm.
the queue definitely annoyed the hell out of Kim. With that woman being like, "Are you ready? Are you ready?"
Mhm.
She was just like, that turned
Way
her off, and then
overstimulated. Yeah.
she was like, that went way too fast at first, but the ride itself I enjoyed, but yeah, too short. Fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it had a 20-minute wait, that'd be great, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Or if it was
I'll just
extended, the ride
keep
itself
doing
was
it.
extended.
And I don't
Yeah.
understand the whole hype behind it, other than the ride is fun. But it's like, seems like it's 20 seconds and it's over.
It really is quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't used the current multi-pass and single pass system, but do we think that's a pass over Genie Plus? Or because to me, Genie Plus was like a fail.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, no,
this current
we
system-
did do the multi-pass, and
Yeah.
we haven't done the new Premier Pass because I don't think that I would ever feel
That's really
comfortable enough.
expensive, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
spending the $300 a person for it, but
Mhm.
Somebody better carry me around for $300 a person. So I want to be put in
be
it.
like Aladdin, be like,
That's what I want. That's what
That's
I want.
right,
$300. That's what I deserve.
Mhm.
Feed
You know
me
what I
grapes and fan me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But
By the way, that's what I want tomorrow for Father's Day, Kim.
there you go, Kim. The multi-pass, though, I think is a pass. Even though I kicked and screamed and pouted and wanted to burn the place down when it first came out, because I was like, this isn't fair. Why are we getting something that we had for free for ever, and now we have to pay for it? And I have my love-hate relationship with being on the phone constantly, like looking for new rides and stuff.
Yeah.
But I do it every single time. But
Sure.
we have used it. I don't think it's worth it for Epcot, and I don't think it's worth it for Animal Kingdom. But I do think it's worth it for Magic Kingdom and possibly even Hollywood Studios.
Definitely Magic Kingdom.
We haven't used it for Hollywood Studios, but I would consider it for Hollywood Studios. Just because there are quite a few rides that I would like to, get on without having to wait. But
Pretty popular rides, yeah.
Yeah. But Magic Kingdom, I think it's almost a necessity. Like I get the lightning lanes, and then we book them out a little bit. And when I book, because when you stay on property, you get it 7 days in advance. I will book purposely, maybe try to get them mid-morning. Maybe 10, 11 o'clock for my first one, because we rope drop. If I didn't rope drop, then I'd try to get them really, really early. And we usually go on like People Mover and Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger Spin, that kind of thing, like first thing, because you don't wait in line very long. And
yeah, no one's riding those first. Everybody's trying to get the bigger rides knocked out in the beginning. So we kind of take the opposite approach, because we know the popularity and that's how people plan theirs.
So we always go towards Tomorrowland, do that. We do those two, then we go over and do Winnie the Pooh. And by the time we do Winnie the Pooh, it's like perfect timing, because we've gotten all three of those rides done, and we're usually right around the same time that we start our first lightning lane, which is usually like either Haunted Mansion or Pirates or something like that in that area. So, and then from there, then we start our lightning lanes, and we try to our best to get as much as we can in there.
Yeah, you stack them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And to me, that's definitely worth it at Magic Kingdom. But definitely not at Epcot or Animal Kingdom. I would.
Yeah, I would say no. It's not.
If you're gonna do it at one of the parks, definitely Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
because it's the most. To me, it's always the most popular one.
Plus, it has a lot more rides.
There's a lot more there. Yeah.
Rides, bang for your buck. Yeah, I mean, and plus there's the single pass, right? The individual pass that if you were at Animal Kingdom, you want to ride Avatar, you can look for availability on there and keep refreshing for that, and then take that, and then you don't have to pay for the multi-pass. You just do the one time.
Right. I will say though, however, if that is a strategy you're looking to do, just like pro tip is that is definitely something you need to get on ASAP. Don't wait to try to get a later one
or hope for it.
Right, because those single rider lines, or not lines, but single rider lightning lanes, they're very hard to come by. They go like that. So those are things you definitely have to try to.
Yeah, sure.
And I keep saying single rider, but it's not single rider. It's
single
like. I forget what it's called. Lightning
individual
lane.
Lightning
lanes.
Right.
That's
yeah.
right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's individual multi-pass and then Premier.
Right.
Craziness. Tomorrow's Father's Day, so we have to make sure we wish all of our Disney dads, Mike, myself, and anybody out there in our audience who's a Disney dad, a happy Father's Day. Pay a little
happy Father's Day.
Little homage
you guys do for
the dads.
Families.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice. Should be. I know by us and you guys, it's going to be raining, but we'll make the best of it and do something. Maybe sleep in, have a little coffee in bed.
There you go.
Chill out, and we'll see what the day brings. Definitely want to watch a. I want to watch a movie. Excuse me. We watched The Accountant last night. Never seen it, and now I want to see the second one. So.
Yeah, the first one's good.
Yeah, that was really good. A friend at work who's a huge Disney fan, Tom, told me about it because he knows, Colton being on the spectrum and stuff. He's like, I think you guys would like this, and so maybe tomorrow we'll watch part 2.
There you go.
But you guys have any plans for tomorrow?
Yeah, going to my dad's.
Nice.
Do a little grilling.
Cool.
Even though it's gonna rain.
Yeah, with little umbrella grilling.
He's got a big porch and overhang and stuff. Like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the kind of time I wish I had something like that, or like do it right in the garage or something.
Yeah, there you go. Just push it out toward the outside.
Thank you, KL. Yeah, exactly.
Too much.
Right. Yeah, but
you can pull it off. We've done it before.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
It can be done. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The back deck. Fathers don't get enough credit. Moms get all the credit. Well, moms get all the credit, but you know what? Deservedly so. Moms are kick-ass. So,
moms have to do a lot more work.
They do the things that dads don't do. But
that's for sure.
That's for sure. There's a lot of good men out there, and so make sure you wish that father in your life a happy Father's Day. Happy Heavenly Father's Day to my father tomorrow. And let's see. I think what's next weekend? The 21st. So I'll have to come up with a topic. I should be good to go next Saturday. I'll have to check on the calendar. Make sure we don't have anything going on. But with that said, I'd like to say thank you to Mike and Becky for joining as my co-host. It looks like Morgan messaged us and said, oh my God, she totally forgot. It was showtime. She said she was doing things for her dad for Father's Day and lost track of time. Excuse me. No worries, Morgan. We'll see you next weekend, maybe. And I hope everybody has a good rest of your weekend. And we'll talk to you guys next Saturday. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, hopefully we see you next Saturday, Kiki Land Luca. And let me find our outro video and have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Happy
Bye.
Father's